That means for every 10,000 of those new cars sold in a year, we save CO2 emissions that equal the weight of a stadium full of footballs. Ford has not only reduced CO2, it has also reduced all other car emissions since 1990 by up to 90%. It would take up to 200 current Ford Fiestas to...
Well, this car uses a small displacement diesel engine, and otherwise we take all the resistances down, so rolling resistance of tyres and aerodynamic drag, and that results in a vehicle that has 65 miles per gallon performance, 114 grams of CO2, but actually it drives just as a normal car, so customers actually don't notice a difference other than at the fuel pump. Well, I think we have a corporate responsibility, but also customers are actually interested to lower their fuel bills, and increasingly we see that taxation is based on CO2, so to keep the motoring cost low, we need to get on the bandwagon.
Well, this is a really green show with lots of different eco-friendly cars available. We've got the smart electric here, the ED as they call it. You can only lease it at the moment, but there's an electric vehicle village here which shows you a lot of cars you can buy. They're quite expensive. The here and now is something like this, the Mini Cooper diesel, which uses existing technology. It's refined using some clever bits and pieces, stop-start, for example, which cuts the emissions and increases fuel economy. So that's something you can buy now. Well into the future, something like this, the Nissan fuel cell vehicle, suspect that may be around 10 years away, so that really is almost science fiction stuff at the moment.
Most of the energy they use comes from burning gas, oil and coal, which emit carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere.
We're doing our first ever Green Awards for a simple reason. There's a thirst out there for information from the car buying public. There isn't a car buyer, whatever they're buying, who doesn't have some green thoughts, whether they're buying a Ferrari or Lamborghini, and those guys are actually doing a lot of work to bring down the weight and increase the efficiency of their car, or whether they're buying a Super Mini. Every buyer really does have a green agenda, no matter how big or small. No, I think 2008 is something of a pivotal year for green cars. Greener taxation is certainly here already, and there's going to be greater taxation of cars in the future. And of course, with fuel prices, people want a car that's fuel efficient, and a fuel efficient car is an environmentally friendly car. So it's really become a major point on the car buyer's agenda that they have to buy green. Sadly, it's more for financial reasons than they want to do what they can for the environment.
There's a few new technologies in this car that make it very green. Firstly, the engine is a small turbocharged 1.4 litre powered by bioethanol. It's a very efficient fuel, which means we can get lots of power out but a very low carbon footprint. It's 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds and yet only 105 grams per kilometre CO2. Very, very competitive. It's a light hybrid with lithium-ion batteries, which are very light in weight, and it's got active aerodynamics, which means it's got spoilers that move at high speed to lower the drag coefficient. You can't buy the 9X Bi-Hybrid at the moment, but this is a vision for what a compact Saab in the future could look like, and all the technologies in this car are very much buildable, so we will see this technology in the future.